love looking after young people and just basically helping them in their football development. The academies look after all the senior kids, all the elite kids, and we look after everyone else.
The conveyor belt of talent coming from North West London isn't as frequent as South, West, East and North. So when we do have success stories, it's important that we use those as reference points to the younger people to make them know that where we come from, we can make it.
This is where I'm comfortable. This is what gives me the most joy, watching them not being able to kick a ball, and then 6 months later they're able to do things they never envisioned them doing.
A lot of people are focused on the footballer, and then when the talent doesn't manifest in the way that the coach may like it, goodbye. For us, no, that's the beginning.
It's giving back to the community. I've been working for the community all my life, and this is a big part of it, just giving back.
How well does a community take care of itself? According to a recent study, a single pound circulates in the Asian community for 28 days, in Jewish communities for 20 days, in white communities for approximately 17 days, and the black community, 6 hours. This is what we at the Black Wall Street UK desperately want to change. We've developed a unique mobile app called the Black Wall Street UK. This is a business directory for black-owned businesses all across the UK. With the Black Wall Street UK app, you can find any black-owned businesses around you with the tap of a finger. So next time you're searching for a nearby hair product store or a nail shop or an estate agent or any black-owned business or service provider, just do a super quick search on the Black Wall Street UK. Our app allows you to search by business type and location. You can save your favourite businesses, add your own black-owned business, read reviews from other clients and much more. The Black Wall Street UK, the entire UK black community at your fingertips. Free app now available on Apple and Play Store. www.theblackwallstreetuk.com.
Morning. How we doing, peeps? How are we doing? Jesus Christ. Caught last night, innit? This is me. I'm sitting down there and I'm thinking, why is it so frigging cold? It's freezing. And I just sat down there and I just was grinding away. And I'm asking myself, why is it so cold, man? And then when I wake up this morning, I look out the window, I like, raw. So why? This is why it's cold. Wagwan. Hey, the white boy. Wagwan. You all right? Yes, Stevie. We're good. How is it in the Midlands? Tell me something. How is it in the Midlands, man? Yeah, because I'll tell you something right now. In London.
Let's see if she's on one this morning.
Doors closing.
No, she's not. Normally she gives us the remix. Walk on, peeps. Yeah, she's moving slow today. The lift's moving very slow. I didn't come down in it this morning. I didn't go down the stairs. But outside was foggy road. Road is so foggy road. Road is so. It's a foggy road. Road is so rocky road. Ayo, hey. Treading this road for the longest while. But the fog I go clear out my mind. Hi. Treading this road for the longest while. Keep away all of your bad mind people them. What?
It was foggy road. It is proper foggy road out there, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm feeling it. I swear to God, I am feeling it. Didn't expect to, but hey, you know what the British weather is like, man. 1 minute to all right, next minute. But then we got seasons, innit? We got seasonal, so you know it's to be expected, innit? It's to be expected. So as you can see, it's going to be the weekly roundup, my friends. It's going to be the weekly roundup. Yes, Shugs. Morning, Rudi and the R&B crew. Morning. She said morning to me, you know. Denise, you did pop in already, innit? Morning. Oh, you're saying morning to everybody this time. As is Miss Spice. Bloody freezing. Yes, bloody freezing. So even in Wolverhampton, it's freezing as well. Oh, my God. That's a good question, you know, because I run my daughter. My daughter went all the way back to Coventry, man. Because I'm in our switchy town yet, you know. I mean, that's still, you know what? I didn't even realize just how cold it was. I mean, did I put my coat on? No, I did not have a coat on yesterday. I did not put a coat on. I didn't put a jacket on. Yeah. But she's gone straight. She gone straight back a commentary. She's like, right, it is freezing, man. It is freezing. So poor thing. Was singing that when was coming last night about, was it 20 past 9? You were singing the same tune, Foggy Road, innit? Foggy Road. Road is so proper foggy. Yes, man. We are gonna round up the week. I'm expecting a couple of people to pop in when they're ready. Yeah. Morning, peeps. You and the ponies. How you and the ponies getting on, girl? Eh? Having to muck them out this morning, man. Yeah, man. Liz is still busy with the ponies. That's the thing, isn't it? No matter whether the weather is good or the weather is bad, you still got to deal with the ponies, them, innit? In answer to your question, Claire, yes, he has not. He has not. Rudi turned into Scrooge. That's no heating. That's Scrooge. He ain't. What do you mean he ain't right? You mean he ain't righted? Listen, man. Somebody listen. The 30th of, when is it? The 30th of November. Morning chocolate. When is it? The 30th of December. Let me check something out here. Right. As soon as the 30th reach, right? My furlough kick in. Yeah, my furlough don't kick in yet. You know, you understand? Some of you lot are lucky still. Some of you lot are still going work, right? Other of us ain't gone to work yet. Jolie. Bar humbug. The moaning, man. Moaning. One of the crew has just stepped in. Me, I got to bring her straight in right about now. Straight in. Morning, princess.
Hi, morning, everybody.
Woo!
Well, let me move over a bit.
You're well bright, innit? You're like.
I'm bright up today.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you bring.
Morning, everybody.
It's like you said. You know what? I know say it's cold outside, but me now let it get to me at all. At all. So you what kind of style have you gone with today, man? That look like.
Well,
Jesus
I've got my hair bands in, my elastic hair bands going round, and I've just put my hair round.
I can't believe it. You're getting words like "Hi, Althea." Hi, Althea.
Hi, Sharon. Morning, Denise.
Gorgeous.
The best crowd here, that's why. Morning, Julie.
As far as they're concerned, you are just gorgeous. Look at that, just gorgeous.
Oh, how lovely is that? Thank you.
See, I don't get none of that. I just get good morning. You look rough like a grater.
Yeah, but people don't like to lie to you, Rudi.
Shut up. It's okay. Just telling it to me straight, man. God. You do look nice though. You do. I must admit.
Oh, thank you. Considering the time of morning,
it's hard. You know what? I think one of the hardest things to do is to look good in the morning because your face has to settle in it.
Yeah, and that takes at least 2 days.
Because the thing is that when I get up in the morning and I wash my face and everything, and I think I'm looking bright and I'm looking fresh, and then when I look good, I'll look good, and I'll think to myself, you know what, bro? You don't look good at all. And then
you know what? You don't look too bad this morning, to be fair.
Is it? I look all right this morning, yeah.
Yeah.
The eye them look like them red at the moment. The eye them feel like them red. Shut Rudi's face freeze up. You know why they're saying that? Yeah. She's saying that because I have not switched on my central heating yet. My heating ain't come on yet.
I'm matching the backdrop today. That wasn't even planned. I didn't even think.
Is it? Yeah, you didn't think. The backdrop works for you. Looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good. I like it. It's looking great, man. So this week is about like the weekly roundup, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In terms of like what's been going on throughout the week. This is a new format.
Yeah.
That I'm using now, and I thought it would be good to include people like yourself, any of the Rants and Bants crew who feel that they've got something you know what I mean, they're willing to have a little chat with me in the morning.
Yeah.
Really, you know, I mean, what's getting me at the moment is that they've had this new have you heard about the vaccine? Did you hear about the vaccine that they
Yeah, I've heard about the vaccine.
that they stumbled across in Oxford?
Yeah.
And they said that it works on 90% of the time it works, so it should. Only turns out that it's only effective, right, on 90%, of people tested under the age of 55.
Exactly.
So it's not really 90%.
Well, I mean, this is obviously it's a subject dear to all our hearts.
Okay.
And I've spoken to quite a few people, and that obviously the vaccine always comes up. And it's funny because certain people that I speak to of a different hue, different not nationality, but different ethnicity.
Well, when you say you, I like your what you've told me straight away is you're a very diplomatic person. Yeah. You're not racist in any way, and you don't want to use the word white people.
You know what? I'm not very diplomatic. I'm Aries and I'm typical, so that was very hard for me to do. But
the thing is, I noticed you were stumbling around it. Do you know what
I
mean?
Yeah.
The thing is that I understand that political correctness is here, right?
Yeah.
But it was pointed out to me that it was a German person, I can't remember the person's name, who defined white people as white.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be a word that we should be frightened
trying to escape.
To escape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you can
you're completely right.
Yeah, you can actually just get to the point and say, well, this is what it is. You know, I talk to my white friends, right? They tell me this. It's like when somebody tries to describe someone who is black, right? That they, as far as they can see, they're a black person, but they'll go, oh, you see that person's, you know, the one over by the bar with the green trousers and the brown shoes.
Stop avoiding the point.
Yeah, and
which one?
They're the only black person amongst all their people.
Yeah, and it just could be just done so quickly. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so
well, let me tell you, Rudi. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about these people. So I've spoken to a number of different people of different ethnicities, white and Asian, and it's funny how their opinions are different. So now I've spoken to black people, and I can't find one person that is saying, "Oh yeah, as soon as that comes in, I'm getting that because I need that. For, you know, I need to have that. And isn't it good that it's coming?" I can't find one black person that said that. And this is the topic of the season, isn't it? This is what we're all talking about. Yeah. So I can't find anyone that will say, "Yes, I'm up for that vaccine." But when it comes to different ethnicities, that changes, and it's yes, we can't wait for it to come in. Some people are, you know, having trepidation, but in the main, they're quite happy and looking forward to it coming in. But I think we have this issue of, you know, like the Tuskegee experiment, where, you know, with things like that now, we're a bit, you know, cautious. And to be fair, that we should be cautious, because initially they were talking about it should be given to the BAME community. Well, straight away that, you know, red flag, you know, BAME community, why are we the guinea pigs now? Now they're decided that they're going to give it to the over 60s. So, so we'll see how that pans out. But it's interesting that, you know, black people in the main are very, very cautious and a bit anxious about this vaccine, and really hoping that they're not going to now talk about making it mandatory, because
for me it's not surprising, because a lot of my middle class white friends are actually up for taking the vaccine, and some of them are part of the experiment that I know of. In fact, Paul's here as well. Paul's here.
I need to do this. Yeah. Just let me fucking click on here. I need to do this.
Whoa, Paul, man.
Paul, you get catch.
Man, for violent. Jesus Christ. I can see why you're upset, man. Adjust your fade, innit? Adjust your fade. Yeah, you got to find it, bruv. Whoa. See, now that's what you call coloured. Oh, Paul. Nearly there. Is the fade not adjusting, Paul? Oh, he's proper upset, man. I can see why he's proper upset. Just it's the fade, isn't it? You've got to get that right. There you go. Oh, nearly. Paul, can you hear us? Paul, can you actually hear us? Because we can all see you and we can all, but we're waiting for you to respond. No, I don't think he can actually. Tech issues. Paul, can you hear us? No sound or mic this end. Oh, Nick, hey. Okay.
Oh, I can hear people now.
Oh, you can hear us now. Well, we can hear you. We heard, oh, for fuck's sake, man. Shit, I'm trying to think
sorry.
They all saw the real Paul just now, my friend.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been spending about 45 minutes trying. It just everything went wrong this morning. I thought I was in and I wasn't. And
yeah.
You get those
good morning, everybody.
Yeah. I think them lot should take the fucking piss out of you, bro. Cussing Paul.
Yeah, they're going to do that big time.
Cussing Paul. Cussing. But what we were talking about was the vaccine and how various different people, especially of different cultures, have a different opinion on whether or not it should be taken or it shouldn't be taken. I was just explaining that a lot of my white middle class friends are actually part of the experiment of taking the vaccine, right? And I was just about to explain that as Althea's pointed out, because he had the Tuskegee incident whereby a lot of American soldiers were given syphilis just to find out what they could do.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's your take on the vaccine, especially when we've heard that when we were told that 90% effective, only to find out that with a little bit of further research, they were actually trying it on the youth. They weren't trying it on everybody. It was 90% effective on the youth. AstraZeneca, who produced this vaccine in partnership with Oxford University, are behind it. But what's your take on that so far, my friend?
It's exactly like you said. Now, I didn't know that bit, but any vaccine, there is going to be a percentage that it's not going to work with. But as you say, because I've been listening to you all summer, definitely culturally, I know a lot of black people are very much against this vaccine for partly the reasons you said about the syphilis and stuff like that. My mum, who's 8 years old, she's been fighting and screaming she hasn't had her flu jab this year. She got the flu jab done. So we asked her about the vaccine for this, and she's adamant she doesn't want it either. So there's an age thing and a cultural thing. There's a lot of factors going into it. No vaccine's going to be 100%. We know that. But would you rather one that's developed by Oxford University or Mr. Microsoft? I know which one I'd prefer to go for if I was. I don't know yet. I probably will take the vaccine, but it's there's a lot of questions still need to be answered here.
I think, especially for me, that's why for me it's always about follow the money. And from what I'm seeing, if they can turn around and tell us 1 minute that Oxford University have come up with this vaccine, and not only have they come up with the vaccine, but we've actually purchased X amount of millions worth of vaccine. You know, they were saying the same thing with like 3 months ago. They purchased the vaccine, right? And then they said, oh, that vaccine's no good. I'm like, where's that money gone then?
Yeah. They were hedging their bets for that. That's about everything else. They've been dithered and very, very slow to act and react on everything with this virus. But the one thing they did get out there, and they got up in front of most of the other countries, there's 3 or 4 vaccines, probably more that we know about. And they went in straight away and they bought loads of these vaccines in advance. One, that means we're at the front of the queue as a country to get these vaccines when they develop. 2, it costs money. And if you put the money up front, it's going to help speed up. The money's there, the finance is going to be there to help develop these. It's from what I understand about the vaccine, not the vaccine, about the coronavirus. There are thousands of coronaviruses out there, so they've got the base to work with. What they just need to do is to tweak it. But with vaccines and like flying aeroplanes, there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of red tape that's got to be involved. I think a lot of the paperwork has been cut out of the way.
But what about the fact that it takes 10 years, really and truly, to say that you found something that worked, and we're trying to do it in a matter of weeks.
This is what I was. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go ahead, Althea.
I was just going to say that I was in a meeting with some doctor from that was developing the vaccine in Manchester. I think it was one of the Manchester universities. And he was saying that people think that it takes 10 years, but in actual fact, that was a while back. Now they've already got a base started, so they can start a vaccine without having that 10-year process. This is what I understand from them, what he said. But for me, it's not even any of that. It's this RNA that it contains, this gene changing product that they've got in there. That I think if you're over 60, maybe you're not going to have any more children or anything. But if you're someone in their 20s and 30s who are of childbearing age, and then you've got this RNA that changes your DNA, I'm not happy with that, because that's affecting future generations. I don't know if that's to say that will help future generations fight this coronavirus, or what have they got in this RNA? What's that about? That's what concerns me more than anything. The fact that they've got
in a way, it's quite similar to what you're saying, because this is exactly what Edward Ford is saying. Being controversial, he says here, but we are just cautious because it's a new drug, or because we don't know what's in it. I mean, we already do know that we've got baby boy fetus DNA in there. He says that we don't know exactly what's in the flu jab or even a simple drug like paracetamol. And like most people, what it is that we'd like to see results. Could you please put your earphones on?
Okay.
Yeah, earphones, bro. Yeah.
Let me get some.
Yeah,
it's engineering going on with this. It's like we don't want to eat genetically modified food, but this is a genetically modified I didn't know that, but it's a genetically modified vaccine from what you're saying about putting RNA in it. Aspirin comes from a plant. We know that's natural, but this is the genetic. A lot of the speeding up with this is like 10 years. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of paperwork. It has to go before ethics committees. I think they've cut a lot of the side effects. They've cut a lot of that away to try and speed it through because it needs to be done quickly. So there's going to be problems with it. I imagine there will be side effects and people suffering. But if 90% of the population, certainly with young people, as you're saying, are going to be protected from it, then that's a good starting point. But then, like you say, if there's going to be changing DNA, that's a worry.
Well,
that's the major worry, I think.
Well, this is what they are saying. They say humans will no longer be humans once this gets into your system. There's a lot of conspiracy theories, and no doubt over the weeks and the months we'll end up most probably going through them. Do you know what I mean? But I think this whole thing of, oh my God, 90% of people can be cured, and then bungling Boris jumps up there and he starts shouting it from the what's that thing you stand in front of again? The
the lecture and the day.
The lector, that's right.
Yeah.
Standing in front of the lector, telling us, yeah, we've got it sorted, and Britain are at the front. I'm frigging fed up, Paul, of hearing that Britain are always at the front. Why are Britain always at the front? If this is meant to be a global issue?
Yeah, but we weren't at the front when it came to PPE. That would have saved more lives.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm wondering why has the world not galvanized as one instead of this big race? Because the big race to me seems to be who can make the most money.
Well, there is that side to it. There's always an argument about following the money. The other side, if you're attacking it from 4 or 5 different angles, like they say, this Oxford University one is attacking the virus from a slightly different way than the other virus. Was it the Pfizer one that was announced a few weeks ago? So that's one way, and this one is supposed to be stronger, cheaper, easier to transport, easier to store, and that's because there's 4 or 5 different mindsets looking at ways of producing this vaccine. So if you've only got one way of looking at something, you're only going to see it from one angle. Wow. That's a counter argument.
Okay, I hear that. Whoa. I don't know, man. All I know is that Christmas is around the corner. Do you know what I mean? And it seems as though there have been rules that have been laid out for us in terms of who we can link up with, loved ones, and all that kind of thing. I don't know. Are you guys aware of the tier system that they now have?
Yeah, the tier thing. Yeah. Well, that doesn't come into play for Christmas, does it? For Christmas, we've got 5 days where we can link up with, I think, 3 other families. So I think it doesn't apply for that. All the rules outside. It's as if all the rules outside of the house still applies in respect of lockdown, but in the house. For Christmas, 5 days, you're allowed to mingle. But there's a lot of people that are saying, I mean, they did a poll, didn't they, on GMTV saying that, Good Morning, sorry, saying that I think they had it down to 90% were for locking down at Christmas and not meeting up with their families, and 10% disagreed, wanted to have Christmas. I wonder who that 10% is, but I have to say, I really need to see my family this Christmas.
Listen, I think people are going to. Good morning, Aston. How you doing, bruv?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't know. Good. Anyhow, hello.
Hi.
Yes, we've got Alfie and we've got Paul in the room. Okay. And you've just missed the vaccine stuff, yeah? Typical.
No. I was listening to the vaccine. I was listening to it.
Okay, but we've moved on, yeah, because we're looking at what's going on now with Christmas, and now we've got these various tiers.
Yeah.
The rules of 6 applies indoors, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. I don't know what your thoughts are on the whole fact that there's different tiers going on now, and how is this going to impinge on your Christmas?
Well, first of all, I don't really celebrate the Christmas thing, but I enjoy the time off. But being retired now, every day is a Christmas. But you know something, our strength has been from our family connections, and when it comes to adversities like what we're facing right now, it has been the community coming together, right? And I've seen it. I've seen it outside that neighbors are looking out for neighbors. Everybody's looking out for everybody, and in my opinion, a better disposition for everybody out there. Is not a case of that we're so disconnected as what we had been before. The fact that they've got this thing hanging over our heads about this coronavirus or this virus thing, right? We just have to be cautious. Just like if somebody is sick, you take your time out and you get yourself better, right? Okay. One of the things though with this tier thing though, right? Just be cautious of who you're actually meeting with, right? Obviously there are going to be families out there who's going to be afraid of sharing that they've gone through it, right? Or there's been a member of their family who's been ill with it, right? Because of that statutory contamination as such, But apart from feel that everybody should just be cautious, right? Yes, you're gonna have friends around and everything. As we do over that period of time, we get a bit boisterous, but just be cautious with what we're doing. That's all.
Well, I think I liked the way that you actually opened. Actually, was the fact that there are a lot of us who do not celebrate Christmas. We celebrate the time off, which is good. I mean, we've got Kwanzaa, as we know, which is
we've adopted the Kwanzaa. Yeah,
which is American, isn't it? Really, it's an American thing. I mean, we always follow the American, so to speak. You know. No, but we do, don't we? I mean, it's only. I think sometimes we don't even know when we've actually had a massive effect on what's going on around the world, or when we're actually leading. I think, and I say that as a Black Brit, believe it or not, when I actually say that. But I mean, I think that the whole tier thing that is happening here is really leading to them tightening up the screws.
Can I say something?
Of course you can.
Rudi? And this is on behalf of all people from the West Midlands, from Birmingham particularly. We are thinking, how can it be that the West Midlands has to be in tier 3 and London tier 2? We can't understand how London, of all places in the UK, can be tier 2 and we tier 3.
Sorry to cut you. Paul and
Aston,
and also Paul, Aston, and Althea. If you lean to your left or you lean to the right, people can still see your face. Yeah, they can't see you if you stay. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
You have to do, it's a mirror.
Yeah. So
it's a mirror.
Sorry, Althea. Would you want to continue?
Yeah, I was just saying on behalf of all the West Midlands people on today, and anyway, we were just wondering how it is that London can be tier 2 and the West Midlands tier 3. It just seems really strange that London can possibly be tier 2. I mean, when it first started, it was more prevalent in London, and London is a close knit. We
are. We're very. What you were saying, Paul?
I think it's down to all the MPs having second houses in London. That's just me being cynical.
No.
No. It's money.
Listen,
money.
At the end of the day,
money.
they are not. You know what I mean? This is London. London is the capital. Do you get me?
Yeah, and it can't afford to be locking down in tier 3. I think that's what that's about, really.
That's right.
Rather than they're not tier 3.
I honestly do believe that they manipulate figures.
Yeah, we think so too.
Manipulate figures, you know, and that's why I'm always a bit dubious or a bit concerned. You know, when I hear things like, "Oh, let the BAME community be the first to step up take the vaccine." Yeah, whereas normally we're at the end of the queue.
We're at the back of it.
Yeah. I'm about 3 miles from tier 3 where I am.
3 miles.
Tier 3. Yeah, Slough is all tier 3, but the borough of Slough comes up to just about 3 miles up the road from me.
Yeah, but Slough is seen as a grotto, though, isn't it? It's not really.
Well, the technical Slough is an old English word. Slough, slough. It means the crap that is gathered up on the inside of a bend of a river, and that's exactly where Slough is. It's on the inside of the bend of the river, and it's
and it's full of Asians. It's full of Asians. That's little. That is what you call Little India when you go to Slough. Slough is known as Little India. I don't know if anybody's passed through Slough, but if you had, you'd know. You know, when you get down there, that's predominantly. It's like you've walked into India when you go down there. So
big Asian community in Slough, yeah.
So it's not surprising that it's given that name for one. Well,
that name has been like 1,000 years old. That now it's been called that. But they're the ones that couldn't afford Southall and wanted a bigger house, so they moved to Slough. So because you get, you know, you're outside of London, you get a little bit more property for value. But that's where I think a lot of that comes from, and it's close to the airport where everybody lands when they come to the country.
Southall has been taken over by the Asians. Southall.
Yeah, but then the ones that wanted a bigger house, and couldn't afford a big house in Southall, they've moved to Slough.
Okay, and you know how that's paid for. You know how they get those big houses. Do you know how they pay for that? Black people.
They keep the money in the family.
You know how they pay for that? Black people. Do you know how they pay for that? Every time you go and get your nails done, every time you go and buy your hair, every time you go and buy your food, every time you go. Do you know how they pay for those big houses, my people?
You know, now you go to the corner shop nowadays, it ain't Mr. Patel in the corner shop now. Now it's Mr. Singh in the corner shop. Patel's been squeezed out of the corner shop business.
When I walk through Harzen, it's not even Mr. Singh, it's Mr. Eastern European. I'm seeing Mr. Portuguese in there now.
Yeah. The Portuguese moved. Portuguese moved to Harlesden. They used to live down South Lambeth Road, and because that's so close to Westminster, they got priced out and they moved up to Harlesden. That's where they came from.
Althea,
and wherever you get Portuguese, you get Brazilians. So there's a big Brazilian community there as well now.
Althea, I believe you're going to be pressed for time now, and there's a reason for that, isn't there?
Yes, my son's got online lessons. The school's off. They've had to close the school actually because of the coronavirus. So 9:05, he's got online lessons. So I shall have to pop off at 9 o'clock. About 7 minutes or so left.
You've got about 7 minutes. Did you hear that,
yeah,
people?
I'm listening, so I'll just disappear.
Yeah.
Mummy is doing her job. Mummy
I have to,
is
because he doesn't do it.
mummy, right?
Don't be so wicked, man.
No, I'm not being wicked. I'm actually applauding her. Believe it or not, I really am applauding her.
You know, so one of the things out of this, though, I feel that a lot of the children are going to benefit from this so much because obviously the parents are now taking or seeing what their children's standard of education actually is, right? And I know that there's going to be some parents out there who are even struggling to keep up with the children, right? Because
I am struggling.
How it was explained to me was that the terminology what they use now is not the terminology that they used like 30, 40 years ago when I was in schools, or in the education system. So that is half of my battle, right?
Okay.
But as you're like teaching or assisting your child to be educated in that way, I feel that is a tremendous. That is one of the benefits of what's happened out of this, for what I've seen as well.
Sorry, because Paul, how are you keeping up with Kieran?
Well, I've looked at some of his maths he's been doing over the past few years, and I can't help him with it because it's just like you say, different terminology, different thing. I mean, multiplication, we're into that, but it's all into nah.
So we
didn't real maths.
Unfortunately, his first lesson's not till about 12 o'clock today, so hopefully you'll get this computer all sorted out and working by then.
Okay, because I think it is a bit tough on us parents. I think from the time our children hit junior school, they tend to elevate. They or at least they should be elevating because the education is supposed to have stepped up. Do you get? Because it should be way past what we were doing, if you follow what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Things should be progressing now. For instance, I know I grew up in London, South London, Deptford, right? Okay. And basically, I just came for attendance and lunch. That was my. No, hey, it's true. I never learned to read properly until I was 13, right? Okay. That is how the schools. That's how the schooling was when I was there. Now, but now, with all the technology and everything, the children are so switched on at an early age, right? I feel although it does happen, right? But I feel that the education is so much more higher than what we had, right? When we were young, right? Access to information. Because I remember when I was studying for my degree, I was running around the whole of London trying to get books, bookshops, to go and get the information so I could do my degree. Now,
what did you do your degree in?
Mechanical production engineering.
Okay.
I attended Willesden College of Technology at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's down the road for me, that is.
Yeah. Everyone used to play table football in the cafe next door.
Ollie Cap.
There you go.
Ollie Cap. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. I was a pinball wizard, man.
Oh, you was pinball. You was pinball. I was bar football. Mine was bar football, right, boy.
Yeah, pinball wizard, man. That's me.
Yes. Okay. Hold on. Sorry to cut you. Would you like to say good? Would you like to let everyone know and say goodbye before you go, darling?
It's been great being on. I've absolutely really enjoyed myself. Thank you very much. But I shall have to be going. And Rudi, I'd be grateful. Well, I'd love it actually if you can invite me on again. I really enjoyed this.
Okay. Thanks for coming.
All right then.
Now go study, man. Go study. You have what to do. Yeah, I mean, poor thing.
Yeah. That's my today's read.
Is that your today's read? Althea would love you. My med coach would love you to see that you've actually got a book there. But the thing is, as this is the weekly roundup, as you guys know, a lot of people have been vexed this week with good reason, really.
I mean, it's silly games. I've been watching you for such a long time now. It's a shame. And a guy hearing that knows what we're...
I think what we do know is you've got no idea where I deal with. I think we do know, just from listening to that alone, right? Because you don't get those words wrong.
No,
you don't get those words wrong.
I'm wrong.
If you didn't follow Lovers Rock, if you didn't, or you caught it at a later stage when you went to a party, or you just heard a couple of girls singing and whatever, you just don't get them kind of words around.
Yeah.
I mean, what was your? We won't spend too much time on this because I know, right, that
we burned that out long.
I know that it's not so much that I burned it out a long time, but I know that people are kind of like. They're kind of vexed right about though, they're kind of vexed. Yeah. And and the thing is, is I don't want to rub it.
I think people got too much hang up on the title of the film Lovers Rock, and they all think it's going to be Lovers Rock about the music. It was about two young people meeting at a party, and that was where the Lovers Rock was. And they're getting hung up. It's all about. It wasn't about the music; it was about the people. I think too many people are getting hung up on that.
It was confusing. He mixed up a lot of things. It's like he had a conversation with a lot of different people, and he thought that's it. That's it. I mean, Lovers Rock is a genre all by itself, and as you said, it was about two people meeting up. But if you're going to do a genre, then focus on the genre.
I think if he'd have called it something else, there wouldn't have been such a scream up, because he just used Lovers Rock as a title for that piece about the people, and everyone's getting hung up on the title.
He should have called it Silly Games then, innit?
Yeah, he could have called it Silly Games, but then people wouldn't know what it's about, would they? And everyone still can't get that high note at the end.
Okay. And look at that, and you're a white man.
So true.
Know about the high note, and this man.
Yeah, in America it'd have been Loving You, Minnie Rippit, and over here it's Silly Games. Nobody gets that high note.
Well, I mean, let's just have a quick look at what happens when you do get it right.
we play out 7 nights a week. Sometimes a two dance, 3 show we are doing a night.
All right, 1976, me joined Coxon. 1977, we got Wolverhampton. And we are playing a club named Club 67. And we are playing Club 67 5 nights a week, yeah? Every Tuesday night, we play a Derby Havana Club. Every Thursday night, we play a Bristol Inquirks, yeah? And we are playing in the Club 67 5 nights a week. And after every week, for 7 months straight to do that.
Our days are 7 nights a week. And the thing about it, we had one sound system and we had to pull it down. If we played at one place from 7 to 11, we had to pull that down and go into a next hall and play it. And virtually our sound was string up in 25 minutes. And this is where, you know, then to now, it's so easier now, but it's gone 25 years backwards instead of 25 years forward.
We play a 4 years and an half. We play a Bali. We play a Balam Studio. We play all 10 different places now in a one weekend. Because some man used to do it back in the day. You understand? The sound not do them things they like what we play a People's Club, we play a Bennett's Club, and we play at the club around the corner. Same night. 3 different selector players, 3 different record backs. Yeah, we string up sound and left it in this club, string up sound left in that club, and you have the touring sound. We just go around, go kill everything.
Smiley culture, the place to be. The feeling is right, the music is tight, it's club mix night for you and me. Now because this is the very first show of the series, me have to make you know it run so you don't have no queries. Big request to one of the brethren, Senator and man there. Scene.
We're up at the house and Lennox Lewis phoning and Lennox Lewis comes down to Streatham, comes down to the house in his Benz and he says, come man, listen to this. Bust a tape on us, Smiley and Asher. We're like, oh, Lennox, and he's like, oh, we had to beg him a copy. And that's how much I give away, you know what I mean? So I'm playing me stuff and I got to lend copies. Riverdale Centre, my first stage show, proper one with Saxon. I don't have a copy of that, but I used to have. There's some events, gigs that we've done that I wish I had the footage of him because there's no memories ever going to come back like them.
What we have to look upon is, when we talk about the golden era or the gem era or the platinum era, whichever one you want to look upon is still in. See? Before we actually get to that part, there had to be a start.
Saxon was formed 1976 with Dennis Rowe, Musclehead, Rennis and a couple more people. They started off as Imperial Rockers. That's the first name they had.
No, when we talk about the golden eras now, it's hard because some people who was raving with Saxon, listen to this now, some people that was raving with Saxon, remember Saxon are going from 76 and so some people that was raving with Saxon from 76 had already stopped raving with Saxon by 85, 86. That's the real Saxon followers them.
Oh, Mikey Dreadals and General Dan. You want to print out here, do a film, you know. See, you do the history, you know. Just jump on the helicopter and come in, see? Cool a balloon with it. Just line the road, man. Everything clear, man. How do you, man? See? Right outside the black here. See? Bless. 5 minutes. Watch the big Levi roads. Oh, my godfather.
You see, I tell about, I tell about my godfather then. So my godfather just walk up to the thing. My godfather Levi roads, you know. Reggae Levi, you know. Rastafari bless everybody. And the real reggae Levi this. You see? And them man they grow up, man.
It's about perseverance. You know, so we never reach there overnight, you know. You have to stick to your goal, you have to have a dream, and you have to focus.
Shit! Yeah, when we come, them man, them out already. Them man, when we come, them man, them out, you know, them man, bring her, you know, until I say, Screechy, go on and give me mic, you know. You know, man. And them name is Screechy, you know, just Screechy, you know.
Everything is aside. You know what I mean? Not no old, not no new. Everything under the sun. You know, the world already done see it. Don't already get invent. So, put it this way. All you have to do is just, my message to the youth them is, remain focused from your talent, master the talent. And the other thing is this, it's a sound system. Sound system is part of black people, culture.
So when you start talking about culture, know how to put the thing across. Know how. You know what I loved about that clip just now? The chat room went silent. The chat room went silent.
Yeah, man.
Because everybody was tuned in. Everybody knows that we're dip on the reel now. We know that we're dip on the reel. So this is a clear example of how we can tell our own stories correctly. You know, there's been a lot of criticism that's gone on this week, right? And people say, if you can do it, then if you feel you can do it better, then get up and do it. Yeah? No more excuses, people. No more excuses on no level, no matter where you're coming from. You know? Never accept mediocrity. We can always do better. We can always do better. You know?
Every day, step forward. Step forward, man. Step up. Yeah.
So the thing is, if there's
your life.
If people are really, really and truly interested in that small documentary, all you've got to do is to go on my page, right? And you'll find a full 25 minutes worth of material on there. Yeah, you can watch it from start to, I won't say start to finish because it hasn't completed. Yeah. But yeah, there's some really good stuff.
Series 1. That's series 1.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's right. Come for the real series after that.
There's more. Good morning, Carl. How you doing, man? This is Carl down in Cardiff. I was talking to him on Monday.
Morning, Carl.
And we had a really, really, really good, interesting conversation. I'm hoping to see him next week, Saturday, with 15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. As I said, this is the weekly roundup. It's the new format for Fridays. On a regular, we will be seeing Aston. I'm hoping so anyway, that it's going to be on a regular and that he will. You had problems with your backdrop, didn't you, if I'm correct?
Listen, I said for 2 of them, right? 2 times then come with the wrong thing. Listen, I feel like just go down there and check them out. You know? But don't worry. Because the lockdown done, I can go and pick it up myself directly. Okay? So everything will be sorted. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, make sure you get the lighting as well sorted. There's a lot of women who said they wanted to actually see what you look like.
No.
Yeah. A lot of them were saying they wanted to see you properly.
No, listen. Let me set this straight now. Let me set this straight, right? I am seeing somebody, and she's a very, very good woman to me. Okay, right?
Oh, don't worry.
You know how
she's listening.
Yeah.
Yes. and you know how these silent women go on as well, right? They wait till it gets dark and then they tell you about yourself. Okay, so all right. So that's the parameter, you know.
Yeah, set it from the start, blood. Set it from the start.
Set it from the start. Yes, man. Yeah, man. I'm not afraid to say that. Anywhere, anytime. Yeah. But I respect every woman out there. Every woman, every man. Every man is my brother. Every woman is my sister. Straight. 100% like that, you know? Love people.
Yeah, man, I hope so. Because I'm wondering how Paul is gonna cope.
Yeah.
Paul is starting to do a bit of stand-up comedy now, and soon he's
soon
he's gonna find the knickers and bras are gonna start getting thrown at him, and I'm gonna
I'll have a trophy wall.
You'll have a trophy wall.
At my age, they're gonna be like this size though, aren't they?
Hey, listen, man. The bigger the berry the more juice the more juice in it, man. You know what I mean? I don't want that.
I've only got small hands.
I don't want to know anytime I lie down, all I can hear is because the bones are come back up. But I want to hear that. You know what I mean? I want to feel like I'm on a cushion. I want to leave like I'm on a cushion. No, Rudi, leave Aston in darkness. I want him. Don't get it twisted. The girls are getting feisty now. The girls are getting, we want to see Aston, not Deering. We need to see guests clearly, right? That's coming from Antigua. Aston, fly past this station. Oh my dears. She's getting feisty.
I like Aston. He's taking the pressure off of me here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Listen, I'm that shadow in the background. Don't worry about that. man.
It seems to be like there's quite a few ladies on the school run this morning.
Yeah, man. Yeah, escort your children to school if you can, man.
Yeah, good morning, Alison. Drive carefully.
Yeah, man. I hear that, man. When did you stop taking Kieran to school, Paul?
I taught him to go to school. He was from about 7 years old. I started showing him a little bit of independence, getting him to walk. First off, it went to, I'd take him to the crossing, and the crossing man would cross him over, and then it was a little bit further, and then I got him to the first traffic lights and used to get him off there, and I used to watch him walking to school on his own. Eventually, by the end of it, he was in his scooter, terrorising people going down the high street on his scooter on his way to school.
Does he go to school on a scooter? He goes.
Yeah, yeah. Now he's
You're spoiling it.
then
Paul.
when he
You're
went to
spoiling it.
secondary school, he was quite used to travelling on his own. So it was him and his friend around the corner. They both went to the same school, so the two of them used to get the training on their own. There were some kids in his class that had never been anywhere on their own. Some of them had never even been on a bus in their lives. But I made sure he had his independence. And he's travelled up to Manchester on the train on his own as well when he was going to see his grandmother.
Ooh.
So he's
done.
been... That was from about 13, 14. We'd put him on at one end and he'd get off the other end we'd put him a packed lunch and some money to buy a snack or something on the way. And so we've, I wanted him to be independent and not relying on other people to go anywhere.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
I actually remember watching a documentary once. I always watch these documentaries where they show like kids growing up and stuff like that. And there was this document. I can't remember the name of it. There was this documentary that I saw where
Seven Up.
Yeah, was it 7 Up where they allowed these kids to get on
Every
a
7
bus?
years they used to from kids to adults.
Yeah,
That
and they
one?
allowed, no, not that one. It's not that one. I know the
Oh.
one that you're talking about, Paul. But this is one where they allowed the kids to get on a bus and they gave them a map and they had to go from A to B, kind of like thing.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it was really, 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 really good. I mean, you could see the fear in the parents who's going to allow the children to do this. Yeah. But the thing is that they were able, believe it or not, they were able to actually navigate getting on a bus or getting on a train and then getting to a certain point on the map that they had to get to get to. I guess the only problems that we really have when it comes concerning our kids is the pedophiles who are out there. You get otherwise to that, when we were kids, because like we said, we're the last generation who used to come in after the lights used to cut out, innit? Remember us that used to just roam? We used to just roam as kids. You know what I mean? I think if I'm correct, our biggest worry was the flasher. You know what I mean? And the flash.
Those things are all... But then back in those days, if there was someone flashing, you say, well, don't go near them. Nowadays, it's a big panic. I mean, those people were always there. But now with social media, everyone knows about it now and it gets publicised beyond. But they were always there. Don't go near those people. Every street, there was always someone like there was a dirty old man or something like that. So stay away from them. And that was putting self-confidence into kids and getting them to be sensible about something. If you're in a situation, don't hang around, move out of it.
I actually like what Antigua has just now said, which is parents' insecurities are damaging. Because sometimes
very much so, yeah.
We actually throw on them our own fears, our own worries.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing that parents used to say to us was, "Don't talk to no strangers."
Yeah.
Yeah, but you might need directions. So who are you going to ask?
You're taking control of the situation. If you need, ask someone. But if someone stops and talks to you, that's where stay away. That's where you got to learn about the responsibility and in a situation how to deal with it. And a lot of people hide that off and don't do that.
I think you're right. That is a big difference when you actually decide, or the child actually has made the decision that they're asking because they want something specific, as opposed to somebody approaching you. That's a big difference. I quite agree with that. That's I'm actually 100 on that. 100 on that. Alison says that I remember the documentary. They were young primary school age, and they were able to navigate the bus all on their own. Yeah, that's the program that I saw. Yes, it was on. Yeah, Claire has seen it as well. It was on Channel 4. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, is that we've actually run out of time. We've actually run out of time. Yeah. It flies. I remember you came in here late, so you know what I mean.
Yeah. I apologize.
No, don't apologize.
It will never happen again.
Don't apologize. We just get it right. That's all it is. So, Paul, man, would you like to say, your last thing before we go?
Yeah. Apologies for my language at the start before I got on here.
Hey, big people.
Stress got to me.
This is big people's things. Each and every morning, I'm not going to apologize for the language myself. I think people can understand the context. You were upset. You were
it was stressful this morning
for whatever reason, and this is not a corporate site. This is not a corporate thing. I'm not trying to appease anybody apart from the viewers who watch it. Yeah. Because further down the line, we're going to be covering areas and we're going to be saying things that's going to upset a lot of people. But providing it's in context, I don't have a problem. We'll be discussing the word nigger, for example, only to find out what it really means before people want to start going all mad on me. Okay. We'll look at the history of the word, where it's coming from. So please, this is big people things. I've deliberately done this. Yeah. If you've noticed, I don't have the biggest of numbers, and there's a reason for that, is because I know the market that I'm targeting. And eventually we're going to get to the point where people will understand where we're coming from and what we're about. This weekly roundup is a chance for the Rants and Bants crew to join me when you're free. Yeah, when you are free. The only individual I'm expecting to be here regular on a Friday is Aston. Yeah, everybody else is free to join me. All you have to do, Rants and Bants crew, is let me know Wednesday, Thursday. You become part of the promo and you're in. I don't care if we end up with 9 people on here, then so be it. Yeah. So it's down to
proper all-round discussion.
So it's down to us to decide how Fridays develop and becomes what it's going to become. This show, will be aired on Ultra TV. This show on the Friday will go out on Injection Radio. All right. So we're going to have quite a lot of people who's going to be galvanized and listening to what we're going to have to say on Fridays. All right. So on that note, people, we are going to be out of here. Right. And watch the promos. See what's happening over the weekend. Thank you, Aston. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. Whoa.
What you put me on this time? You're going to scare everybody.
I don't think they'll be spitting out their cornflakes. I don't think so, though. But you've grown the old TV a bit, haven't you? Yeah, it's part of the right plan. We're giving the UK some bush tea right about now.
Oh,
right.
Oh yeah.
And all the nastiness, right?
The guts, the bubble.
That guy coming over to me. You're on your second coffee, I'm like, oh my gosh, listen, girl, I haven't even had a coffee. The thing is, if it wasn't for my daughter, I sent her a long text last night. But if it wasn't for my daughter, I think I would have still been asleep, because she had to go to school, so she came in to say, bye, Dad. And I was like, oh my God, if she's saying bye, if she's saying bye, that means that 8:15 is gone. And I'm waiting for a red flag there.
Rudi, just ignore it, Rudi. Ignore it.
Hold up. You just set me up.
So, Denise Francis. Remember what? 3 more questions. Come on, people. 3 more questions. Remember, there's one of Peter CDs them up for grabs for the best question.
Jodeci, H-Town, Blackstreet, biggest tracks.
Okay.
He's a yardie. He's a yardie. He struggles with the English language. Apparently, he has a certificate in English.
Try and cater the community as best we can.
And as you can see, the support from all the coaches here, we all have one vision.
When you develop the mindset, what you're doing is you're developing a person that can be successful.
Trevor used to say, Trevor Hart, you're better tree when it's young. What happens with a lot of them is they're wasting their time, a lot of it, doing the stupidness on the road before they get in the sense. So if we can get them early, we can hopefully push them in the right direction. From here.
You know, I was the first one to have Usain Bolt on the cover of my magazine.
It was also a discovery to self, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Now I know you have to do the circuit first before you're supposed
to work the boards, right?
Yes.
And she's looking at me. He's standing there calling me a nigger. She's looking at me, not saying anything. So I punched him in the face.
I got a booking with my agent at the time, Beverly Randall, got the booking, and it's new and it's exciting because it was new to me. I'd never been on an oil rig. I'd never even thought about it, but the whole thing and the money was fantastic. Let's be honest.
I consider my stick my third leg. Without the stick now.
I wish I had a stick that was a third leg. I really do. But,
Pencil has it.
Even my mum used to say, I usually start by saying Wagwan when I get on stage, and my mum's going like, they won't understand what Wagwan is. I go, well, then they need to learn.
I refuse to cut that. One of my favourites.
Keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood. Keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood. The topical interactive chat show where you may end up being one of the guests with special guests and you the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood. This event is brought to you by Comedy Hots. Don't forget, keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood.
Hey.
Hey, it's me.
Oh, hey, love.
How are you? How's mum?
Yeah, well, we're fine. We're all good. We're good.
I'm getting so excited for Christmas.
Christmas! I just really hope I can see you lot.
Me too. I cannot stop thinking about mum's roasties.
Whoa. What about my gravy?
What about your gravy?
Hey, you, what's going down?
Dad, not the song.
Gravy boat's coming in town.
How well does a community take care of itself? According to a recent study, a single pound circulates in the Asian community for 28 days, in Jewish communities for 20 days, in white communities for approximately 17 days, and the black community, 6 hours. This is what